for me to be doing makeup at a fashion show. Like, how did I land that? Sometimes you gotta take an opportunity. If it means you're not getting paid, it means you're getting exposure. It means that you networking. And I'm just like confused. I'm like, I thought this was a fashion show. Like, I thought like, but you never, you know, said being that I'm paying for your transportation and for you to get something to eat, that means I can use your products. Like, am I bugging?
I think I lie for you. I think I die for you. Sure that you cry for you. Do things when you want me to. Like control. Yeah, like control.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Lacey and I'm back again with another epic, juicy, and ghetto story time. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. My name is Lacey. My government is Alicia. And if you are a returning viewer or subscriber, what's good? What's poppin'? What's cracking? What's cracking? Y'all chilling? Y'all chilling? Hi, bet. Y'all see the title of well, I don't even know what the title of this story is gonna be. Well, hopefully I figure it out by the time it's time to post. But y'all see the title of today's story time. Basically the time when why am I doing two story times back to back where I feel like I was kind of bamboozled?
Oh my god.
Don't act shocked.
I don't know what, like, I can't, this is gonna be centered around makeup and me having a makeup gig that did not gig how it was supposed to gig. That's gonna be what the story time is centered around. Before I get into today's story time, definitely do not forget to give this video a big like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to send your subscriber diary over to this email. Subscriber diaries is my version of subscriber story times. And since I posted the last subscriber diary, some of y'all did send me emails, so I appreciate y'all for that, but we still need some more. Period. So send in some more subscriber diaries, please. Thank you very much. And also y'all, please, if y'all can, please let the ads run when y'all watch this video, any of my other videos. Let the ads run. It helps me a lot if y'all just let the ads run and y'all don't skip them. So use that as a coffee break, a bathroom break, a smoke break, some type of break. Let the ads run for as long as you possibly can. Like, thank y'all so much. That's all I gotta say. Let's just get straight into the story time. So okay, y'all see the title of the story time, today's story time, whatever it's titled. I'ma just get into it. Story time, like, I don't know, I was bamboozled during a makeup gig. She used me, like, I don't know, I felt like I was a little used. You know what this situation kind of remind me of? It kind of is reminding me of what's currently going on with Ice Spice and Cleopatra, which I will probably do a video within the next coming days speaking on that, if y'all care about my opinion on that situation. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that because I was given an opportunity, you know what I'm saying, where I needed to just work with what I had, but I really didn't know how to, like, if we're gonna be real, I didn't know how to like really work with what I have for real. The main character in this story, like, what we gonna name her? We gonna name her Mooch. Nah, let me not do that because she's not even a full mooch for real. I'm gonna just name her Lash. Yeah, let's just name her Lash, okay? Y'all try to figure out, like, who's Lash, how you met Lash, like, wagwan. So Lash is this lady, okay? A lady, not a girl, not a female, a lady, a mature woman, okay? A mature woman that I had met. And how did I meet Lash? I met Lash because this is a whole other story time that I would probably tell, but I'm not gonna get into it right now. But just know, like, I had got some lashes done, some individual lashes done, and this is a whole other separate story because I have a lash tech horror story on my channel, but girl, this is a whole other story. So I had some individual lashes done on my eyes, and I was like, the next day I was like, I needed to take these shits off. I'm like, these shits need to come off my face. Like, I am not a lash extension girly, I am a strip girly. Like, my eyes, like,
Ma'am. No ma'am. No ma'am.
girl, that's a whole other story, but my eyes don't do well with the individuals. When I had got these lashes done, I was like, all right, I need to find somebody that's nearby in the vicinity because I'm not even trying to go too far. Like, I'm trying to hop on a bus for like 10-15 minutes max, find a place and have somebody remove it. So I had looked up on Google one day lash techs, and I found a lash tech, which was Lash. She didn't have like a booking website or Instagram or anything. So I was just like, all right, let me just call the number, because all it had was like a number on the thing. So I had called Lash. Actually, no, there was pictures on, like, because y'all know if y'all click on a business on Google and it'll show you like images for that business. So she did have some pictures there, but I could tell like she wasn't one of the girls like as far as like lash techs, because I even knew, or still kind of know them, a lash tech, and her work is, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, just based off of like what I see on Instagram, the work wasn't really giving like what it needed to give for real. But I was just like, as long as she could remove these ish off my face, that's all I really care about. Like, I don't even care about anything else. So I had called Lash's phone number and made an appointment with her to come in to get these lash extensions removed from my eyes. Lash, she wasn't too far from me. Like I said, it was given like 10-minute bus ride, and I just gotta walk to whatever shop she's in. Of course, it was in the hood in Jamaica, Queens, because, you know, y'all already know y'all already know the vibes. I'm from Queens. Queens get the money, bow. She was located in like, I don't know which country it was, but it was a Spanish barber shop that she was doing lashes out of. But yeah, no judgment or whatever. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta work from wherever you can work from or whatever. So she had like a little section in the Spanish barber shop. So I go in there and, you know, I'm basically waiting for her to get done with whoever she's servicing before me. Well, Lash gets done servicing whoever she's servicing. She comes out, she's like,
"Oh, are you Alicia?"
I'm like, Alicia, yes. Alicia. She's like,
"Oh, hi, nice to meet you. You're so pretty."
I'm like, oh, thank you so much. Da da da. I lay down on the bed, and you know, Lash, she do whatever she needs to do to start the process of removing the lash extensions from my eyes. So, you know, whenever you're getting like a service done by somebody, y'all be chopping it up, y'all be kikiing it up, blah blah blah, right? Okay, cool. So as me and Lash are talking, like it had came up in the conversation that I do makeup and I'm a makeup artist, which hence my name. The MUA stands for makeup artist, y'all, if y'all don't know. At the time I was doing makeup, but I, you know, had clients here and there, and me doing makeup was really a side hustle that I wanted to turn into a main hustle, but that didn't happen for me in NYC. So I'm hoping that that can happen for me in Houston once I actually take doing makeup on other people serious. You know, I have a few people that I have recruited to, you know, do their makeup or whatever. So stay tuned, because Lisa's gonna be back on doing people's makeup real soon. Sorry, y'all, off topic. But yeah, we got on the topic of that, right? And Lash is basically telling me like, oh, like she, you know, she used to do makeup back in the day. She was getting booked for commercial stuff. She was getting booked for like NFL makeup, like I don't know who on the NFL need makeup, maybe like the little news people, whatever, but somebody. She basically was telling me like she has plugs and connections. Like that's basically what Lash is telling me, like up front. Like she has plugs and connections, and off this one conversation between me and her, she just felt like, you know, let me put her on to whatever I got going on. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Mind you, at this time, y'all, I'm trying to think, like I don't even know what year this was and how old I was, but I had to be between the ages of like 22 and maybe 23. Yeah, I had to be around there. She basically putting me on to like her gems and stuff and telling me stuff. She like, oh,
"Send me your page, like I want to see your work and blah 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 blah. Like I don't do makeup anymore, but if I ever have someone that hits me in for makeup, like I'm just gonna send them your way."
And blah 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 and blah 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 and blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, cool, copy. Like, thank you so much. Like, you don't even know me from a can of paint, from a hole in the wall, but you trying to share, like, you know what I'm saying, your resources with me. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I don't know how much time passed after, you know, Lash had took the lashes off of my eyes, like from when we had first met. I don't remember how much time had passed, but it wasn't that much time. Like it could have been like a couple weeks to maybe about a month or two that had passed, or maybe it was even longer than that. Girl, I don't know. Like, just know it was a time frame for maybe like a couple weeks to a few months. That's a large time frame had passed before I had heard from Lash again. Because I'm sorry, y'all, like I'm the type of person, I'm the type of person, like, for me to like get to know somebody, like a new person, either when we had first met, like we had to really like connect to where it's like, you know, I have it in me to like initiate conversation or initiate hangouts. We have to like hang out and be with each other in real life. Like, that's the stage that I was in at that point in my life, where, you know, when you was in school, like, it was easy to meet new people and make new friends because we was all in school. Like, we were so accessible to each other every day. But it's like being an adult, when you're meeting new acquaintances and new friends, like, you actually have to go out of your way to like plan stuff and hang out with them. And at this point, I was anti-bitches, you know what I'm saying? I was anti-bitches because that's a whole other story for another day. But I had trust issues when it came to like friends and meeting new people and stuff. And even now, I still do. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I be reserved and I be treading very lightly when it comes to me meeting new people, because I just don't be knowing, like, do people be having hidden agendas and what type of ish people be on, okay? So that's kind of like the brain signals that I was getting with Lash, okay? Oh, and I don't think I told y'all, like, I think I told y'all, like, Lash was like a mature woman. I didn't tell y'all like how old she probably was. Lash was probably like in her late 30s or early 40s. Like, that's how old she was kind of giving me. So boom, Lash, she hits me up whatever day this was, the weeks or months later, and she's basically like, hey, you know, I was thinking about you, and you know, well, actually, no, she didn't say all this. I think she texted me first. And she was like,
hey girl, you know, I was thinking about you and stuff. And, you know, one of my good friends, like, he's having a fashion show for his brand. And, you know, he needs makeup artists for the models. So I was thinking, like, oh my God, I should invite you.
And I was just like, oh my God, like, thank you so much. Like, this is amazing. Like, this is an amazing opportunity for me to be doing makeup at a fashion show. Like, how did I land that? Like, okay, that's God. Shout out to God. Okay, so I'm happy and stuff. And, you know, I think it was a certain point, like, me and Lash had got on the phone, and Lash is just basically going over all of the details and everything with me, like the date, time, where we're gonna meet at, how everything is gonna go, blah blah blah. She basically telling me, you know, you don't have to bring like your whole entire kit. And if y'all don't know what kit means, that's like makeup artist terminology for like your makeup supplies. So like your brushes, your sponges, your concealers, your foundations. Because if y'all don't know, like, when you really into it, like doing makeup on other people, like, if you gotta travel to go do it, it's a lot of products that you're gonna have to travel with, because you're not really gonna know for real, like, okay, what's the skin tones that we dealing with, what's the undertones, what's everything, like, you know what I'm saying? But she was basically telling me, like, you do not have to bring like your entire kit, because, you know, we're gonna be doing light makeup. Like, she was emphasizing that we're gonna be doing light makeup. It's gonna be light makeup. We shouldn't be taking that long. We shouldn't be da-da-da. She basically telling me all of that. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And I feel like she was kind of telling me that because I don't know if it was like when we had first met. I think it probably was when we first met, and I had showed her my page. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I'm a full glam, full coverage girl. So it's just like, I think she was looking at the makeup on my page and she thought that it was like, you know, what's the word? I don't want to say extra, but you know, it's very glamourful, very full coverage girl type of makeup. And I'm even learning now how to do full coverage and have my makeup look more seamless, more natural, which I've been landing on myself, but I need to test my new skills out on other people. But she basically was letting me know we not doing all that extra shit, because I was telling her like how long it be taking me to do other people's makeup with the type of makeup that I do and how my makeup looks. And she's like, girl, we don't have the time for all that. Like, we should be doop, 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 flying through it. We should be flying through stuff. I'm like, okay, well, shit, I'm going to do the best that I can with what I got, because, and she basically let me know that it was not going to be a paid gig. She let me know it was not going to be a paid gig because, you know, this was her longtime friend and he asked her to do a favor for him. So now she's asking me to do a favor for her, basically. And one thing that I would tell y'all, basically kind of what I told y'all in the last story time I posted, which I'll link above. You know, sometimes you gotta take an opportunity if it means you're not getting paid, but it means you're getting exposure. It means that you networking and you getting in rooms that you wouldn't have gotten if you didn't take that opportunity. But, you know, a lot of the times, especially when it's like, you know your worth and you know your value, especially when it comes to like entrepreneurial stuff or just anything. I don't do shit for free. Don't do anything for free. Like, stand on business, stand your ground. Do not do anything for free, because you will be disappointed in the end when your time is wasted. Or I would just say you need to pick and choose when you do certain stuff for free. And this was a certain situation where I feel like I shouldn't have been doing shit free. Like, I should, you know what? Let me just
Yeah, I don't even know what to say.
And I will say, y'all, although like this whole like little experience I did for free, essentially, I forgot to tell y'all when me and what did I name the lady? Lash. Okay, when me and Lash were on the phone before the actual day when we linked up, she did let me know that she would buy me some food. So I'm like, all right, you know, at least the lady, you know, she ain't gonna let me starve and shit, you know, she gonna buy me some food, like we gonna be good. Like, okay, cool. Now today's the day for me to link up with Lash, go and to this fashion show and do this little fashion show makeup. And she basically let me know like it would be in Manhattan and that her and I can link up, or I can meet her at the shop that she was at, the barber shop, because again, like I told y'all, it wasn't too far from my crib. So she was like, you can meet me there and we will take a cab from here to the LIRR. And if you don't know what the LIRR is, that is the Long Island Railroad, because what she had told me too was that what we would be doing would be taking a cab to the Long Island Railroad, which is faster than the subway. If y'all don't know, it's faster than the subway, but it's more expensive than the subway, but it's faster. And then from the LIRR, we would be, I don't know if we were supposed to take another cab from the train station. I think she had told me we were supposed to take another cab from the train station. Yes. So if we got the order of events correct, we supposed to meet at the shop, take one of them dollar cabs to the LIRR. From the LIRR, we're supposed to hop in an Uber to the establishment where the fashion show was going to be at. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So sure enough, the day comes and what I said was the plan was the plan. Got to the shop. Hey girl, how you doing? I'm doing good. Da da da. We walk to where the dollar cabs is at. If y'all don't know what dollar cabs is, I know it's a New Yorker in the comments. Tell them what the dollar cabs is, okay? So we hopped in a dollar cab, got to the LIRR, and now we're waiting for the LIRR to go to wherever we're going to in the city. And of course, she pays for my ticket, which, okay, I am thankful for us to take the train to the city. So once we get to the city, I don't know, like, what's the last stop on the LIRR coming from Queens? Like, I think we either got off at Grand Central Station or Penn Station. It was one of them stations that we had got off at. Once we get to the station, Lash, she looks on her phone to see how much the Uber is gonna cost from where we're at to where the location is going to be, and she looks on her phone and it says the Uber is going to be $30. Now for some people $30 might be a lot. For some people it might not be nothing to spend on a cab, but in New York, if you're paying $30 for a cab, you know, you're getting it. It's considered more expensive than not, but it's also average pricing for a cab in Manhattan per se. But the moral of the story is that Lash did not want to pay the price of the Uber, and I definitely wasn't giving her no bread for the Uber, because I feel like, Cleo, you asked me to be here. Like, I didn't ask to be here, you asked me to be here. So I'm not paying for shit. Like, I'm not paying for shit. I already have I had a whole little mini suitcase with all of my stuff, but I was excited because I'm passionate about makeup. I love doing makeup, so I'm like, F it, you know, I'ma just go. So I had all of my stuff. I think, I forgot my ring light too. I dead forgot my ring light. That's what I was mad about, because I'm like, damn, like, how am I going to do makeup with no ring light? Like, let me show y'all what the ring light do. Let me show y'all what the ring light do. Do you see the difference? Okay, so imagine when you beating somebody's face. Imagine when you're beating somebody's face, like, you know what I'm saying? You need the light. You need the light. So I was already like low-key panicking because I forgot my ring light, but I was like, F it. So boom, Lash was like, oh, she didn't want to pay for the Uber to get to the destination. So she was like, are you okay with just taking the subway to the destination? I'm just like, I guess, you know what I'm saying? I'm rolling my little suitcase through the New York City subway looking like a tourist with a suitcase, because that's how we know y'all tourists, because tourists is the only people that take the train to and from the airport, okay? Regular New Yorkers don't do that shit, okay? So yeah, I'm rolling my suitcase all through the New York City subway, up and down the stairs, up and down the stairs. It was heavy too, but girl, we ain't had security to hold our bags or nothing, so I had to be the one to do it. So finally we get to the location, and the location, it was like, girl, I don't even know how to like explain this shit. It was like a low-key, like, hole-in-the-wall type of bar.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
but it had like little sub room categories, like little different rooms. That's the best that I could explain it. Like, and it's probably still not even really fully making sense on y'all end. Let me see. Boom. Like when you walk in, it's like when I tell y'all like it's some hole in the wall, literally a hole in a wall, a hole in a building. Okay, I would have walked past it if I didn't know, if I wasn't following Lash in her directions and literally following behind her. Okay, and it's like some in the cut thing. You gotta go up some stairs and you see the bar like when you walk in. Then there's like another, it's like a lounge room next to the bar, and then you keep walking and it's like a little corridor, and then there's other little rooms, right? And I'm just like confused. I'm like, I thought this was a fashion show. Like I thought like we was gonna be like in a whole like bigger type of venue, but I'm like, I guess it's like some intimate-ish, like I don't know, because she did tell me like, you know, this long time friend of hers, you know, he just got into fashion. Yeah, because he used to be like this big time oh yeah, that's what it was. He was some big time model from back in the day, and she was showing me the little rap sheet. I'm like, okay. And he eventually came out, and you know, he was talking to me and stuff. He was like,
yeah, like you could keep it like, you know, real, like subtle, like the makeup doesn't have to be too much. Like I just want them to look nice. I just want everything to look nice.
Like he was a real like cool type of guy. So I'm like, okay. He was just basically like broadcasting his prototypes, so to speak. So that's why the fashion show, like it wasn't really a show for real, because Lash kind of dragged it saying that show, but it was like a little mini event or whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool. We start setting up. Mind you, like I told y'all, I forgot my ring light. Thankfully, by the grace of God, there was a ring light in this establishment. I don't know whose ring light it was, but I had got my hands on a ring light because I was like, I cannot do no type of makeup without lighting. And the lighting in there was horrible. Like it was dark. It was like very dark lighting, and it was just dark in the building, period. I start setting up all my stuff, and you know, as I'm like taking, you know, all my stuff out the bag or whatever, because one thing about me, I'm an overpacker. I don't know, I think I get it from my mama. Like when it comes for me going on trips, it could be like a 5-day trip and I be packing 10 outfits, okay? Same thing with makeup, like, you know, especially if I'm traveling to do the makeup, like I just, oh God. I will always, moral of the story is I'm an overpacker. I always overpack because, you know, it's better to have something and not need it than need it and you don't have it. Y'all see what I'm saying? Okay, cool. So I'm just unpacking everything. I got a whole bunch of shit. So as I'm unpacking, you know, I'm kind of peeping from the side of my eye, like Lash is doing like a little bombastic side eye, you know, like why she got all this stuff, because I'm looking at what she got, and what I got and what she got is not giving like we're the same type of makeup artist. And let me say too, because I have forgot to mention this earlier, but y'all could probably figure, like I told y'all, Lash was an older woman, like late 30s, early 40s. Or honestly, I'm saying that, but she could be even older than early 40s. I really don't know. But you know, when it comes to people, and even me now, like it's certain things that the young kids be saying and be talking about, and I'm like, what are they talking about? Like, am I a part of the new adults now? I'm getting old, because just like I'm just not fully put on to everything that the teenagers are into and that they're doing, because I'm not in that category no more. But I say that to say, like, Lash was kind of given like she was one of the Mary Kay type of makeup artists. And not to say that she was working for Mary Kay, but if y'all know what Mary Kay is, like y'all know like the certain type of people that would sell Mary Kay and that would buy Mary Kay. I don't know if I'm just saying that from like a New Yorker perspective, or if we've all kind of lived the same life. I really don't know. But like it wasn't giving beat. Like it wasn't like, she wasn't giving like she was a beat type of girl, just based off of the stuff that she was telling me, like, oh, you know, we're gonna do light makeup. And even when I'm taking all of my stuff out of my suitcase, she kept telling me like, you know, the makeup is gonna be light, we're gonna do light makeup. But yeah, I could tell like she kind of side-eyed me, because maybe she thought like, okay, didn't I tell this girl like you don't need all of your stuff, but you still bring all of your stuff? And I'm over here thinking like, I didn't really bring that much stuff for real. I really could have brought more stuff, but I thought I was being chill with it. Little by little, the people who's supposed to be the models or whatever, they start coming in. So I think I really only did, and I didn't really do their makeup for real. Like I didn't do much of anything, if we're gonna be real. But I think I did like two people's makeup, and I keep putting quotes because I didn't really do makeup for real. I did makeup, for lack of a better word right now, or enhanced. It was like this Asian lady. She wasn't, okay, let me not say that because some people be getting offended when you just generalize Asians. I don't know what specific country she was from, but she could have been Chinese. I think she was Chinese. I think she told me she was from Hong Kong, actually. All I did to her was, you know, put a little blush on her face because, again, you know, Lash was coaching me the whole through. Lash was coaching me the whole way, basically telling me like, oh,
yeah, with her, you could just do this, you could just do a pop of this, a pop of that, like, that's for her, just do this.
So she was basically kind of like directing me and stuff, and I'm just like, if we just putting on, because on Hong Kong, all I did was put some blush on her and put some lashes on her and put some lip gloss or something on her. That's it. I'm like, this bitch could have did this shit herself. But you know what? F it. You know, I'm here. Let me just see what I could do. Then it was some other black girl, or not some other black girl, but then it was like a black girl that I had did. Now, mind you, before I even get into me doing the black girl's makeup, in the midst of me, you know, doing little enhancements or whatever, or I think I had like 3 people actually. Girl, I don't remember, but just know I had a few people. In the midst of me doing like little enhancements, you know, Lash, she moving real fast. Like, she moving real fast because, you know, when you doing makeup in, like, I guess this type of setting, like, you gotta be, you know what I'm saying? So she's moving like very efficiently and stuff like that too. And then I noticed, because you know what I'm saying, I have all of my stuff set up on the table. Like, I have my contours, my blushes, my eyeshadow palettes. I have them all like open in the event that I need to just go and dibble in something and, you know, use it real quick. So I had started noticing like Lash was using my stuff and didn't ask.
I know you fucking lying, bitch.
Mind you, I didn't even get into too that Lash, when I think I forgot to mention this, but when Lash was taking out her stuff out of whatever she had, because she didn't have a suitcase, she had like a little mini duffel bag. Like, she didn't have much stuff. Her stuff was not organized. Her stuff was all over the place. Her stuff literally looked like a mess. And my stuff, that's why I'm saying she was probably side-eyeing me, because, you know, my stuff was clean. Like, it was organized. Like, everything had a slot. Everything had a place where it was supposed to be. And then I start noticing like the bitch, let me get a motherfucking makeup brush because I need to use this as an example. Yeah, pretend this is like a little eyeshadow palette or something. So I'm you know, I'm doing whatever I'm doing, and from the corner of my eye, I keep seeing Lash. Mind you, this is my stuff. This is my stuff, right? That she didn't ask me to use. She didn't ask me to use my stuff.
Makeup products and stuff in which Alicia paid for all with her own money. And my makeup girlies, y'all know makeup is not cheap. I don't have cheap makeup. And then I'm not even being paid, but you're using my stuff. But
if she would have asked me, I wouldn't even be bringing this up right now. But it's the fact that she didn't ask me, and I'm just trying to be professional and just keep it cute. But I keep seeing her, and she was trying to do it too, like at times where she ain't think I seen, but I seen. Like, I could just tell, like, that's how she was moving. So she would just see something and she just like, put it on the girl, put it on the girl, put it on the girl, put it on the girl. I'm like, what here? I'ma just go with it for now. I just had to add this in because, oh my God, because when I was doing the Hong Kong lady makeup and I was in her face, oh my God, can y'all put in a mint when y'all go get y'all makeup done? Because we be real close to y'all motherfucking face. When I tell you this lady's breath smelled like Shrek. That's the best that I could explain it. Like, the lady's breath smelled like Shrek. Like, I don't know like how else. And I never smelled Shrek, but if Shrek had a smell, that would have been her breath, bro. Like, so there was that, right? Now I'm up to the black girl, right? And you know, she is a very dark-skinned girl. Like, she's probably like a few shades darker than me, but no worries, because I know what to do. Like, I know what to do with my melanated queens. Like, I already know. It'd be so crazy, y'all, because I be showing people my makeup page and certain people be shocked. They be like, oh my God, like, you know how to do darker skin tones. And I'm just like, Is that not a thing? Is that not a thing? As a makeup artist, are we not supposed to know how to do makeup on darker, like not even just darker skin complexions, the whole thing? We should be doing makeup on everybody. But you know what? That ain't my business, whatever. I'm doing a black girl, right? And I don't really remember for real, like what all that I was doing, but I know I had did her lips. Like I had did, as per my instructor for the day, Lash, she basically told me like,
oh yeah, with her, all she really needs is like a little pop of color on her eyes and, you know, just do a little something on her lips. Like that's it for her.
Because, you know, she's a darker skinned girl. I was doing like natural skin tones. Like I was doing like, I don't remember like what shadow I had picked up, but I know I had picked up like a brown or something that was going to complement her skin tone. This lady, I think I had showed her like my finished work or whatever. And honestly, I could tell the black girl was scared. Like I could tell she was scared for Lash to get anywhere near her face. It's like I just pick up on energy. Like I just know, like I just be knowing Wagwan. Like I don't know how to explain it. Just know I just be knowing Wagwan. I don't remember. I think she had put this on her eyes or her lips, something. But just know, as I'm doing this girl's like makeup, doing whatever I'm doing to her, Lash, I guess she sees like what I have going on with the girl, and she was like, ugh.
No. It needs like a pop. It needs like a pop or something.
Like goes into my eyeshadow palette once again. She takes her finger and she just blops, like she just blopped, like almost took the girl eyeball out, or yeah, like this royal blue shadow onto her eyes. Now, can a dark-skinned girly wear some royal blue eyeshadow? Yes, when it's done correctly, not when it's just thrown, punchy eye. Wagwan, like what the fuck? Like she just plopped the shit. She was
like, yeah, that right there, yeah. She was like, yeah, do that on her and just finish it up.
Mind you, there was like a mirror. I don't remember where exactly the mirror was, but the mirror was accessible for this girl to see herself. And when the lady plopped the ting on her face, yo, the look of like nervousness and scaredness that I seen on her face, she was just giving like the type of aesthetic, the type of black girl aesthetic that she had that alternative type of vibe. Like y'all know what I'm talking about. She had the alternative type of vibe to where it's just like, I just knew the type of makeup in my makeup style was not going to be a good fit for her aesthetic either way. So I just felt like, okay, whatever I was doing wasn't going to be a good fit for her. And especially what the Lash just did.
Like how we just throwing blue on people's faces and we not using no transition shades. And then we don't even know what the girl outfit is and what she's wearing. And when I tell you this wardrobe for these clothes did not match no royal bright ass blue.
Was not gonna, like, it just looked crazy. Like when I tell y'all, it looked crazy. So when she had, when Lash had did that and was continuing to do little stuff and just playing on her face, like for real, just playing on her face, when the girl saw her face, when this lady plopped the ting on her face, she was like she looked like, did y'all see what I just did? Like real shook, spooked and nervous, spooked and motherfucking nervous. Okay, so I had peeped that. I'm like, oh Lord. Finally, we wrap things up with the makeup or whatever. We're done. There's no more models or whatever rest of the models that's supposed to be there. I guess they don't want to get makeup, whatever the case may be. I'm like, that's fine, because I'm tired of, like, I'm ready to pack all of my stuff up anyway so this lady can stop dibbling and dabbling in my stuff. You invited me here to, you know what I'm saying, for an opportunity to, you know, network, to meet people. But you never, you know, said like, okay, being that I'm paying for your transportation and for you to get something to eat, that means I can use your product. Am I bugging? Like, am I bugging? Let me know if I'm bugging, like, or if I should have been like, F it, she could use my stuff. This is a gig. Like, you're supposed to have your own stuff, and if you want to use my stuff, you're supposed to ask me. I don't know if I packed up all of my stuff first or if the fashion show started first. I don't remember, but just know it came a certain point. all of my stuff got packed up and I was like, I'm not taking none of my stuff back out. And we had to sit there for this fashion show, and it wasn't even really a fashion show for real. It was just like, because mind you, we was in one little area and one room first. Remember I told you it's mad different little rooms in this little hole in the wall ass bar, but it's big. Like, it's a lot of space. Like, it's a lot of space in like whatever building this is a part of. We go to some other room which looks like a theater type of room. It's like blacked out. I told you how the building is dark, so it was giving very much theater artsy type of establishment. So yeah, we was in like a theater room. The whole room was black, and it had like, you know, a little angle of seats or whatever, so that there was an angle towards the specific area in the room. And you know, the guy, the model, the designer, whoever he is, he starts talking about like his whole little journey, like and everything. Like, everybody that walked in there, like, they all greeted him with like genuine hugs and little stuff. So it was really given like it was like an intimate type of setting. And it wasn't even really a fashion show for real, like I was telling y'all, like, because it was no cameras, it was no paparazzi, it wasn't a whole big production. It was just a guy who made some prototype clothes, and he had his friends try them on. Like, that's all that it really was, try them on. And it was like just little stuff like jackets and, you know, stuff that you could easily put on, whatever. It was cute though, but it just came like, I was just like over it, because it was just like long drawn out, and it just wasn't, the whole experience just wasn't what I thought it was going to be. And I don't want to sound ungrateful. I hope I don't sound ungrateful, but I just felt like the experience was a waste of time. Like, if we're gonna be real, I just feel like the experience was a waste of time. I did not benefit off of dragging my suitcase through the subway, okay, upstairs, downstairs, and, you know, using my products on people and not getting paid. Because mind you, your girl was already doing people's makeup and getting paid already at this point. So it's not like I wasn't already getting paid. I was getting paid for my time. I'm using my products on people for free, all to do a favor, quote unquote, for Lash, who's doing a favor for her friend, for Lash to be using my products as well. So it just didn't make any sense for me. I'm like, I could have used this day to do something else productive for my life, but whatever. They had winded up wrapping everything up eventually, and at this point Lash was like, all right, do you want to go get some food? I'm like, okay, cool. And yeah, I was ready for everything to be over and done with, because I already was telling y'all how I was feeling. I was feeling like it was like a waste of time. I was being super like to myself as well, because it was just like the way everything was set up for the fashion show and just the setup and the vibes of everything. It wasn't really giving like networking. It was giving like everyone had their designated clique or people that they were with, and they were sticking to that. Everybody was kind of just like to themselves or to their parties or to their groups or whatever they had going on. So I'm like, okay. Me and Lash, we had winded up going to the Dallas, is it a Dallas BBQ? I think it was the Dallas BBQ. The Dallas BBQ in Times Square, because we was right over by that area. Mind you, we had trekked over there. Like, when I told you, we had walked about like 10 minutes and some change over to that Dallas BBQ with the suitcase, girl. Okay, we trekked over there. We got up in there. We're eating our little Dallas BBQ, and you know, the vibe was okay. The conversation was okay. Like, she wasn't like extremely off, but she was a tad off, but it wasn't anything like detrimental. The only thing I was just looking at her weird for was like using my stuff without me asking, and basically having me come out here for some bullshit. Honestly, the lady probably really was just trying to help me out, but I don't know, like, it just... But yeah, y'all, we wrap up everything with the dinner or whatever, and you know, I thank her. I'm like, you know, thank you so much for bringing me out today. Thank you for paying for my food and everything like that, blah blah blah. Now I think we finally get back to the LIRR. Somehow we got back to the LIRR, because girl, I don't remember. We walked there, okay? And I'm saying that as if walking is not like New York terminology. Like, that's not what a lot of us do, but whatever. We wrapped up the dinner, we got back to the train, and you know, now I'm like, like, oh, thank God, like I'm about to be home. Because at this point now, it was nighttime. Like I had linked up with her like early in the day, like probably early afternoon, like 12, 1 o'clock. And at this point now, it is a whole work shift later. It is like 8, 9 o'clock p.m. So I am ready to go home, take a shower, and lay down and reflect about my day. We're on the train now. I don't remember if I think Lash's stop was after my stop. Mind you, the lady had told me she was covering transportation and food. So I'm like, okay, cool. I don't remember like exactly what happened in the exact words, but I think we were approaching my stop because what had happened is, boom, when you go on the LIRR, you have to buy a ticket. The little train conductor comes and punches your ticket. And you have to buy a ticket for your specific stop because the cost, I guess, fluctuate depending on whatever stop you go to. Lash, she had bought, you know, my ticket and her ticket, but she had bought her ticket as if she was about to come off or get off at my stop. So I'm like, I'm confused. Basically, when we got to my stop, because the way the LIRR is set up, like it'll stop at a stop and the train will be waiting there for like a few minutes before the door closes and it goes off to the next station. Sometimes they don't do that all the time, but sometimes they do. So we at my stop or whatever, and I'm like, all right, well, you know, thank you so much for having me out, da 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 da, you know, we'll keep in touch, blah blah blah, everything, blase, boom. So before I'm about to get off the train, Lash like low-key tries to stop me and she was like,
oh damn, like I don't have any more cash, and you know, I definitely wanted to like take a cab home. Like, do you have like cash by any chance?
You done lost your damn mind. When you get your damn mind, you call me.
what?
I am confusion.
I was just like, no, I don't.
Cap.
I'm sorry, ma. Like I don't have no cash on me to make sure that you get a cab home. Like what like if like I'm just like, is she trying to get her money back from the money that she spent on me today? Like, because again, I didn't ask to be here. You invited me. You said you was going to cover transportation and food. And that turned into you using my makeup products and trying to do some reverse psychology and ask me to pay for your transportation. So that just threw me. Like, I was so thrown after that transpired. Once I gave her my answer, she knew what time it was. Like, babe, ma'am, auntie, I'm not giving you, and no disrespect because I'm an auntie too, but auntie, I'm not giving you no shmoney. I'm so sorry, baby. I'm not giving you no shmoney for nothing.
I said what I said.
For nothing, babe, like for nothing. Lash was basically just like,
Okay, no worries. Like I'll figure it out.
you better the fuck figure it out because you're a grown ass woman.
Clock it.
Who invited me out for some shit today, and you asking me for some money for your cab to go home. Is you f***ing crazy?
And it's like, ma'am, don't you have your own lash business? Like, where's all the money that you be making from lashes? Like, or better yet, if you would have charged your friend for today, you would have had some extra funds to work with. But no, you wanted to do shit for free, but you turning around and asking me for money. Well, how does that work?
Like, I'm sorry. Like, I just couldn't. That was basically that, y'all. I had gathered my suitcase and my ass definitely paid for my Uber to go home from the LIRR station, and I went home. But I don't want to say like I never heard from Lash again. I did wind up hearing from Lash again probably like a few months later, and she was trying to throw like a client my way. I don't even remember like what the issue was with the client, but it was an extremely difficult person. They wanted me to travel to them, and I was just like, I'm not doing no more traveling shit, just because of a whole other story that I got. And I'm like, I'm not doing no traveling shit that had to do with this lady. So it just didn't wind up working out. And after, I guess, the thing didn't work out with the client that she did try to send my way, I never heard from her again. Never heard from her again. I never reached out to her.
And it was actually around this same time during the whole quote-unquote fashion show ordeal. She had mentioned to me that there was another opportunity upcoming in the next couple of months because she was going to be doing another friend's makeup, doing another favor for a friend because one of her friends was getting married, so she needed her makeup done in her wedding party. And on top of that, it was in another state as well. But after this whole fashion show ordeal, I was like, I'm not doing no more stuff with her. And the issue for me was that I just didn't know if I was going to be getting compensated for my time. So I'm not trying to risk going to another state with you for you to do some weird stuff when it comes to transportation and finances. And then on top of that, you know, it's giving you're not the same type of makeup artist I am. So I'm not going to be sitting there taking orders from someone who don't even have the same style, who's not even up on the trends the way that I am. For real, just saying.
And yeah, and that's basically that story time on how I low-key feel like I was being used in a sense. Like, I feel like I was being used because, like, I don't know. Like, do y'all get what I'm trying to say though? Like, I hope y'all get me, like, in the sense that I feel like I was being used for whatever assets that I had, which some of y'all would probably say wasn't much because, you know, the lady paid for you for your transportation and your food. But like, the lady also, she seen me, and I know like she's an older woman, so I feel like her being an older woman, it was probably something that she seen in me, or something about me that she was like, she needed access to. And yeah, because that's why I was tried. Like, I was tried. Like, honestly, I feel like I was tried. Like, my time was wasted. You telling me how to do makeup, and I clearly already know how to do makeup. You using my stuff, and then you ask me for money in the end?
Ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
I don't know. Like, what's y'all thoughts? Like, I don't even know what this story time is going to be titled, but it's a story time, so I felt like I needed to tell it. Okay, let me know y'all thoughts on this story. Like, am I bugging, or was she bugging? Was there some weird stuff going on? Would you have felt some type of way if you already wasn't getting paid for a gig, but you know what I'm saying, and the person that invited you to the gig is using your stuff and you're not using none of their stuff because all of their stuff is dusty? Girl, I don't know. If you made it to the end of this video, put this emoji on the screen. Definitely don't forget to give the video a big like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all on the next story time.